Good afternoon, everybody, I should say, really. This is Robert from RGL 518, welcoming you to another exciting edition of Inside Pitch, the 1977 One and Gone tournament. Today we are at Arlington Stadium. This is game number 17. The number 24 Oakland Athletics at 63-98 take on the number 8 Texas Rangers at 94-68. You guys want to take a look at the bracket? You can see that Oakland defeated the number 9 Chicago White Sox in the first round, and they actually won that game pretty good, 10-5. The Texas Rangers destroyed the Atlanta Braves in their first game. They won that game 16-2. And for those of you who haven't checked that game out, you might want to because actually that was a pretty not many inside pitch games get that high, but they did there as Texas destroyed Atlanta. So now these two teams will face each other in the second round for the right to play the number 1 seed, the Kansas City Royals, who took out the Detroit Tigers in their second round game. We are at Arlington Stadium. It will be Rick Langford going up against Doc Ellis between these two American League teams. DH rules are in effect, of course, and we are going to get ready to play. Pitching for the 1977 Texas Rangers is Doc Ellis. He was 12-12 with a save, a 3.63 ERA. Hopefully we have an exciting game today as we did yesterday. For those of you who didn't see that Mets-Red Sox game yesterday in Inside Pitch, you might want to check it out. It had an awesome ending. Let's get things going here at the top of the first inning. Leading off for the Oakland A's will be their designated hitter. It is Rodney Scott. And this game here in round 2 is underway. And is a 2-1, and that against a left-handed switch, that is a blank. Scott 1-2, and he is going to start with a fly ball to left field. Flies out to left. Would have been a triple if Ellis was a left-hander, though. Next up will be the second baseman, Marty Perez. Ellis's pitch, 6-5 against the right. Strikeout chance of 4, and he will get Perez. Guns down Perez. Arlington Stadium adds 4 to the strikeout rating. So, obviously, a lot more strikeouts at old Arlington Stadium for the Rangers. 2 men down. Here is the left fielder, Mitchell Page, for the A's. Ellis with a 5-2. That is a possible home run question mark. An 8 will definitely get into the lefty. That's a 1-17. The 8 passes will go to Page. So now Page against the right is a 1-17 for a home run. So a 1-17, this is gone. It is a 13. Mitchell Page blasts one off of Doc Ellis. Home run for Mitchell Page. And the Athletics jump out to a quick 1-0 lead here in the top of the first as Ellis gives up the meatball that Mitchell Page turns into spaghetti. And there are still 2 outs here in the top of the first. Next batter is the catcher, Earl Williams. Ellis with the pitch, 6-6 strikeout chance, and with a 3, they'll get Williams. Second strikeout for Ellis, but the Athletics, a solo jack by Mitchell Page, and he did have 21 home runs that year, and the Athletics are leading it 1-0 as the Rangers will now get their first turn at bat in the bottom of the first. Pitching for the 1977 Oakland Athletics will be Rick Langford. He was 8-19. With a 4.02 ERA. A's pitching was not that great, as you can tell, but they did manage to beat the White Sox in the first round in this tournament. Leading off for the Rangers will be first baseman Mike Hargrove, the human rain delay. Steeler fan 1933 joins me here at Arlington Stadium. Langford's pitch, that is a 3-5. That's a range play. Hargrove, 4-4. That's a fly ball to center field. That is hit to Tony Armas. His range is a 4. And he will make the play. Gets out underneath it and 1 out. Next batter up for the Rangers is shortstop Bert Campaneris. 3-5 for Langford. Again, that's the same role. That's another range play coming up. Campaneris, 3-3. That's a star line one. That's a grounder to second. And the second baseman is Marty Perez. His range is a 4. He will make the play, just barely, but he's at it. And he throws to first for out number 2. 2 successful range plays by the A's defense. Next up is the right fielder, Claudell Washington. He is in right field for this tournament. Forever May 90 joins me here now at Arlington Stadium for some baseball between the A's and the Rangers. Langford's pitch, 5-1. That is a blank. Washington, 6-2. And against a righty, that is going to be a clean double into center field. Washington will get the second. Next up is the Texas designated hitter, and that is Willie Horton. Here's a who. Anything on the strat roll? And 18. Nothing happening. Langford will pitch. 2-5, and against a righty strikeout chance, and a 9 will get him. And he strikes out Willie Horton. Nothing for Texas. They do get a hit. It is 1-0 A's. Arlington Stadium adds 4 to the strikeout rating. So obviously there were a lot of main strikeouts. 140 home runs were hit here in 1977. So I put the wrong player away. Forever Maine joins us from Germany. Top of the second. Batting for Oakland will be their right fielder, Manny Sanguian. Doc Ellis, 6-6 strikeout chance, and a 4 will get him there. That is strikeout number 3 for Ellis, 1 out. He had 106 strikeouts in 77. Third baseman Wayne Gross is next. 1-4, that's a blank. Gross, 4-4, star line 5, ground out to third. And here is the first baseman, Mike Jorgensen. Free agency hit the 70s A's so hard. Yes, they did. Not the same team after those in the early 70s for Oakland. Not the same team. Free agency definitely, you're exactly correct there, Forever Maine 90. Free agency decimated the 70s A's. Ellis with the pitch, 4-3, that's a blank. Jorgensen, 2-5, that's a ground ball to first, and a 1-2-3 inning goes the A's. The Mitchell Page home run is the only difference in the game so far with Oakland leading 1-0. Leading off for the Rangers, third baseman Toby Harrah. Langford, 2-4, wild pitch, that's ball 1. 6-4, possible error on a throw. Toby Harrah, 3-1, against the righty, that's a ground ball to second base. The ball is hit to Perez. His error rating is a 7. That is a 2. There will be an error. The ball is thrown, it goes to first base. Jorgensen's range is a 4. Does he prevent the ball from going into the dugout? It is a 6. He does not. So it means Toby Harrah is going to go to second base on the error. That is an E4. And it puts the tying run at second base. And that's the first error on the Rangers. So Texas with something going on here in the bottom of the second. That will bring up their left fielder, Dave May. Anything on Strat? Strat says a 3. Toby Harrah, let's see, 3 minus 1 is a 2. Divided by 2 is 1. A possible hit and run by Dave May, 241, but with the runner on second, usually don't do that, so it will be a normal play. Rick Langford will pitch, 1-2, that's a blank. Dave May, 2-1, single into left field, that is a base hit. Harrah's base running rating is a 4. To get to score on a single of 7, it's added. So it becomes a 5, and the left fielder for Texas is Page. He has no arm. A 1-5, Toby Harrah will score. It is a 5. He does score. So Harrah comes in to score. May goes to first. And we are tied up on an RBI base hit by May. Tim Pepper says good morning here at Arlington Stadium. We are now tied at 1 in the bottom of the second. May on at first. Here is the second baseman for the Rangers, Bump Wills. And still nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Anything on Strat? Strat says a 10, nothing happening. Langford's pitch, 5-1. That is a blank. Wills, 3-1. That's a star line 5. That's a fly ball to left field. That'll get taken care of by Page. And that is out number 1. Infield, of course, is halfway automatically with a runner on base, unless I usually don't say anything about it. Here is the Ranger catcher, Jim Sundberg. Anything on Strat? An 8. Nothing happening. Pitched from Langford, 2-5 against the righty. That's a strikeout chance, and that 7's going to get him. He strikes out Sundberg. 2 outs. Adding 4 to the strikeout ratings from Arlington Stadium. Must have been a lot of strikeouts at that place that year. Center fielder Juan Beniquez is next up. Anything on a Strat roll? 11. Nothing happening. Langford 4-1. That's a range play. Beniquez 3-3 single to shortstop, and the shortstop is Pichilo, whose range is a 3. The infield, of course, was normal now because with 2 outs, so a 1-3 would be fine. Does he make the play? It is a 1, and he does. Pichilo's got it, and he will throw to second to get May, and that will end it. Turns a single into an out, but the Rangers do get 1 run on 1 hit and an error. We are tied at 1 after 2 here. The winner of this game will go ahead and play the Kansas City Royals in the 3rd round. This Rangers team destroyed Atlanta 16-2 in their first game, and the A's beat the White Sox in their first game. Top of the 3rd inning coming up. Doc Ellis on the mound. Leading off for the A's will be center fielder Tony Armas, future Red Sox. Doc Ellis, 1-6. Strikeout chance. That 16 is gonna get. At 16's gonna get him. That 16 will get him. Armas goes down on strikes. And 18 is his range, and it actually becomes a 22 with Arlington Stadium. So the Oakland A's already realizing that Arlington Stadium is not going to be easy to get a ball to hit a ball. That's the 4th strikeout for Ellis. Here is Rob Pichilo, shortstop for Oakland. Ellis 1-4. That is a blank. Pichilo 2-4. Ground out to short. 2 men down. And now Rodney Scott. Ellis 5-2. Possible home run. Home run with question mark. He's a switch hitter, so he'll be to the left side. A 1-17. That is a 7, so that passes. Rodney Scott, however, has no home run rating, and there's nothing adjusted from Arlington Stadium, so there is no home run. So that will become a blank, and Rodney Scott will hit away. That is a 1-1, and he just grounds out to first. All that excitement, and it just turns out to be a routine grounder to Mike Hargrove at first base, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for the Athletics. Bottom of the 3rd coming up. And speaking of Mike Hargrove, here is the human rain delay. I guess when Hargrove bats, I guess maybe I should throw 1 die at a time. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it's a 1-1 for Langford. That's an error on a grounder. Possible error on a grounder. Now for Hargrove. 6, 1, and a 16. 6-1, that's a fly ball to right. That's my imitation of the human rain delay. 1 out. Here's Bert Campaneris. Pitchers were so frustrated with Hargrove. It really was. If you want to hear stories about that, always adjusted his glove, took his cap off, did all that. It was amazing. Here's Campaneris, 5-5 for Langford. That's going to be a walk plus 10. And against the righty, that becomes a 19. That one will walk Campaneris. Campaneris will trot down to first. Here is Claudell Washington. Anything on Strat? A 12. Nothing happening. Infield halfway. Langford, 5-2. Strikeout chance. 16 will get him. Strikes out Washington. 2 down. Infield goes back to normal. And now Willie Horton. Here's a who. Anything on Strat? A 2. Campaneris could steal if he wants to. 11 minus 3 is an 8. Catcher arm is Williams. Minus 1 is a 7. No, he'll let Horton swing. Horton bats 289 also. You might as well let the man swing. Steal is called off. 2-4 for Langford. Wild pitch at 20 is going to be too high. So that is ball 1. Reroll again. 3-5. That's a range play again. Horton, 6-4. Ground ball to second base. The ball is hit to Perez. His range is a 4. And a 4, he will make a great play. And he will go ahead and throw out Horton at first and retire the side. That is a ground out, and the inning is over. Nothing for Texas at all. And at the end of 3, we are tied at 1 in this very important game between these two. Who will go play the number 1 seed, the Kansas City Royals, in the 77 one and gone? Top of the 4th coming up. Here is Marty Perez for Oakland. Ellis, 1-1. Strikeout chance 2 gets him easily. And that is strikeout number 5 for Ellis. 1 out. Here's Mitchell Page. He blasted a home run off of Ellis in the first inning. Ellis 2-3, and that's a blank. He's not tired. Page 4-5. That's a fly out to left. 2 men down. And here is Earl Williams. Ellis 6-3. Possible error on a throw. Williams 2-6. That's a fly ball to center field. There will not be a throwing error, as that play is made by Beniquez. 1-2-3 for the A's. And it's still tied at 1. A much different game than the Rangers had in their first game when they absolutely destroyed Atlanta 16-2. And now they're caught in a 1-1 tie here against Oakland in this second round. Here is Langford. And he will pitch to Hara to start the bottom of the 4th. Langford 3-6. That's a blank. He's not tired. Hara 2-5. Line drive it right to third. 1 out. As Wayne Gross puts out his glove and makes the catch. Here is Dave May. Langford 5-1. That's a blank. 4-3. That's a star line 5. That's going to be a fly out to left. And now Bump Wills. Langford 5-6. That's a home run question mark. Wills is hitting from the left side, so a 1-6 would be good. That is a 6, so Wills is going to get a chance to hit. Against a righty, he needs a 5. A 1-5, and Wills hits this one out of here. That is I'm going to read that as a 12, and I'm going to say no, he does not. So that'll be a blank. But Wills does get the hit. It's a 3-5, but he does get a single past the shortstop for a base hit. Single for Wills. He does get that. batter now is Sundberg. Anything on the strat roll? An 11. Nothing happening. Langford will pitch. 4-6. That is a double question. That's a double question mark. So we go to here against a righty. It's a single pass, single one. If it's a one, if it's a one, that is a one. Sundberg. So Langford makes a mistake, a rare mistake against right-handed batting, and he hits that one. That is a base hit. To get from first to third, Wills has to have a base running rating of 4. It becomes a 5 with 2 outs. He easily makes third base. So Sundberg gets a hit up the middle. And the Rangers now have a chance to take the lead with Juan Beniquez coming up. Anything on strat? We got an 8. Nothing happening. 2 outs. Infield is normal. Langford will pitch. 4-6. Again, the double question mark against the righty. It's a 1. Needs to be a 1, but this time it's a 14, so that goes as a blank. Beniquez does get to swing. That's a 5-2, and that is a single past third base for a hit. Wills, we know, will drop in to score. Single 5. Sundberg's base running rating is a 2. He will not make it to third. He has to hold at second base because it needs to be at least a 5. But Juan Beniquez does get an RBI single. And it is now 2-1 Rangers. Stadium cheers. Yay! The batter now is the human rain delay. Anything on strat to be sure? 7. Nothing happening. Human rain delay. For the human rain delay, Langford. 5-1. That's a blank. For Hargrove, a 2. A 4. A 2-4 for Hargrove, and that is going to be a single into center field. That's a base hit for Hargrove. The human rain delay gets a hit. Let's see what happens. Single 8. To get from second to home, Sundberg's base running rating is a 2. Plus 2 becomes a 4. Center fielder is Armas. He has no run rating, no arm. Of 1 to 4, Sundberg will score. It is a 2, and Sundberg will score from second base. He comes in. Juan Beniquez's base running rating is a 4. He used the same die roll. And in order to get to third, it's -1. So 4 minus 1 is 3, plus the 1 from 2 outs is 4. He has no arm rating. So Beniquez, he will make third base. And Hargrove's on first. And the Rangers now lead it 3-1 on an RBI single by Hargrove. And now Bert Campaneris. They're going to go talk to Langford on the mound real quick, try to settle him down. As the Rangers put 2 runs here in the bottom of the 4th. Campaneris is the batter. Anything on strat? A 16. Nothing happening. Still 2 outs. Langford will pitch. That's Sue dice. I'll re-roll it. 4-5 for Langford. That's a strikeout chance. 18 does not get him. Campaneris will bat 3-5, and that is a double into left field. And now the Rangers are beginning to pour it on. Double to left. Beniquez comes in to score. Mike Hargrove's base running rating is a 2. You take away 1, but you add 1 for the 2 outs, so it is a 2. The left fielder is Page, has no arm. A 1-2, Hargrove will score. It is a 4. He does not. He holds at third. Campaneris on at second. And now the Rangers are leading 4-1. The batter is Claudel Washington with runners at second and third. And all of this is occurring with 2 outs. The Oakland Athletics can't get this last out. Here's Washington with 2 outs. And they're going to pitch to him. But right now, the Oakland bullpen is getting ready to go. If Langford allows another run, he's going to come out. 2 outs. The pitch from Langford. First we'll roll strat. That is a 15. Nothing happening. Langford, 1-1. Possible error on a grounder. Washington, 4-4. And that is a ground ball to third. The ball is Gross. Gross's error rating is a 15, but a 17 saves him. Wow. A 15 error rating, and he gets a 17. He will throw to first and get the inning. And the inning. Wow. Don't know how Wayne Gross didn't get that, but he survived it, makes the play, and that will do it. A 15 and a 17 on the dice. And that would have been disastrous. Texas gets 3 runs. Texas gets 3 runs on 5 hits in that inning. At the end of 4, the Rangers are leading 4-1. Top of the 5th, we'll see if Oakland now can maybe make a comeback here. It is Manny Sanguian leading off for the Athletics. Doc Ellis, 3-5. Against a righty, that's a blank. Sanguian, 6-3. That's a ground out to short. 1 man down. Here is Wayne Gross. As you can see, his error rating there is a 15. He just barely made that play. That could have ended the game right there. The way Doc Ellis is pitching could be very difficult. 3-5 for Ellis. Against a lefty, that's a walk plus 10, and he will walk Gross with that. Wayne Gross does go to first on a base on balls. The batter is now Mike Jorgensen with 1 out, infield halfway. Am rolling Strat still. That is a 15. Nothing happening. Doc Ellis will pitch. 1-2 for Ellis. Double question mark against the lefty. A 1-2 is a star line. That's a 9. So that goes as a blank. Jorgensen will get the hit. 5-5, and he ground ball to third. Jorgensen double play rating is a 2. Plus 1 is 3. Nothing from Ellis. The second baseman is the pivot man on that, and that's Wills. He has no arm. A 1-3. A 1-3, they turn 2. It is a 3, and they do. Third base to second base to first base, inning over. Wayne Jorgensen grounds out into the 5-4-3. A walk for the A's, but that's all they get. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Rick Langford will come back out. Not tired yet, but we'll see what happens. The A's bullpen is ready to go. Leading off for the Rangers is Horton. Here's a who. Langford with the pitch. 5-1. That is a blank. Horton, 4-6. That is a leadoff double into center field. And now the Rangers, I think, are just trying to show off. Horton will get to second base on a leadoff double. The batter is Toby Hara. Infield is normal, still rolling Strat. A 4, nothing happening there. Langford with the pitch. 4-3. That's at the ballpark. Arlington Stadium, 5-3. That is a star line 5. That's going to be a fly out the left. And Horton will stay at second. Here is Dave May. May is 1 for 2. Horton on at second base. Still rolling Strat. A 3. He is not going to steal. No hit and run as well. Langford. That's a 4-1. That's a range play. May, 2-2. Ground ball to second base. That ball is hit to Perez. His range is a 4. The infield's normal. That is a 4. He will make the play and throw to first for out number 2. But Horton will move to third. Nice play by Marty Perez. And now here is Bump Wills. Wills got a single his last time up, which started a big inning, the big fourth inning for the Rangers. Anything on the strat? A 2. Nope, Horton's not stealing home. Langford, the pitcher, will go to Wills. That is a 5-2 strikeout chance. 13 will get Wills. And that will end the inning. A leadoff double by the Rangers, but it still remains 4-1 in favor of Texas, the great state of Texas, where everything is bigger in Texas. Top of the 6th, Ellis pitching very well. Here is Tony Armas leading off for the Athletics. Ellis is still very strong. Doesn't have to worry about being tired just yet. Armas will lead off. That is a 5-2, a possible home run check. Home run question mark against Armas, a righty. A 1-14 does give him the chance. That is an 18. There is no home run check. That becomes a blank. It doesn't pass that. So no home run check. So it's a blank. Armas, though, does get to swing. 6-2, and that's going to be a double star, and he grounds out to third. Here is Rob Piccolo. Ellis with the pitch. 1-5. That's at the ballpark. Arlington Stadium says a 1-1. That is a single possible double. Piccolo, that ball is hit to center field. And that center fielder is Beniquez. He has no arm. Piccolo has a base running rating of 2. So you roll a die. A 1-2, Piccolo makes it a double. A 3-5 he holds, and a 6 he's out. And a 1, Piccolo does turn the single into a double. So I write that as a single with an extra base. Because I really won't count that as a double, but I'll count that as a single with an extra base for Piccolo. And the A's have a man on second. Still 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Next batter is Rodney Scott. Keith White and Philip Reynolds now join me here at Arlington Stadium. Am I still rolling strat? Yes, I am. That is an 8. Nothing happening. Piccolo is on its second. Ellis will pitch. 3-5 for Ellis against the switch hitter. That is a walk plus 10, as he is a lefty, and that becomes a 23, and he does walk Scott easily. Now the A's are in business with runners at first and second and 1 out. The batter is Marty Perez. Perez has struck out twice. He needs to come through with a hit right now. 1 out. The infield is halfway. Four to 1 Rangers. Anything on strat? That is a 17. Perez, that is a bunt attempt if he wants to do it, but you're down by 3 runs, you're not bunting. So I'll call off the bunt and let it go normally. Ellis will pitch. 2-6. That's a range play. Remember, infield halfway, Rangers are down by 1 in the infield. Perez, 5-3. That's a star line 6, and that's just now that's a fly ball to center. That's normal. Fly ball to center, that is Beniquez. His range is a 5. And he got it. 2 outs. Easily played by Perez. Piccolo on a fly ball to center. Subtract 3 from his base running rating. Piccolo will not run to third. He will stay there. And now it'll be up to Mitchell Page. Infield goes back to normal. Mitchell Page had a home run in the first inning. The A's need him to come through here. Runners at first and second. Strat guy says a 5. Nothing happening. SDG Replays joins me here at Arlington Stadium. Rangers leading 4-1. Bottom of the top of the 6th inning. Pitch from Ellis. That's a 5-4. That is a strikeout chance, and he will get him. He strikes out Page, and that ends the inning. A good chance for Oakland goes by the board. No runs. They did get a hit. And it is still 4-1 Rangers. Bottom half of the 6th inning coming up. And let's see what we got here. It is Sundberg. And Rick Langford is a right-hander. They will keep Langford out there unless, well, let me look at the pen, see if it's time to bring him in. Let me see who the A's have to pitch. Let's see what we want to do here. Is there anybody in the bullpen better? Rick Langford's going to come out. He has done his job, and coming on to pitch now for Oakland will be Doug Bear. Bear, 4-6, 8 saves, 3.46 ERA. Probably the closer, but in this case, it really doesn't matter. You got to use your best pitcher. So here comes Doug Bear to pitch to Jim Sundberg. Sundberg leads off the bottom of the 6th. Bear will pitch. 4-2, wild pitch disregarded, ball 1. 4-3, that's at the ballpark, Arlington Stadium. 6-3, fly ball to right. 1 man out. Here is Juan Beniquez. Doug Bear against Beniquez. Bear's pitch, 4-1. Strikeout chance against strikeout chance. And 19's going to be too high. Beniquez does get the swing. 5-2, and he singles past third for a hit. He will go to first. Base hit for Beniquez. And now the human rain delay, Mike Hargrove. Am I still rolling strat? Yes, I am. That is a 3, Beniquez. Good steal attempt. Let's see here. 12 plus 1 is 13. Williams a -1, a 1-12 for Beniquez to try to steal. Hargrove, a 305 hitter. You're up by 3 runs. No, I will not steal. I'll let the human rain delay bat. Bears pitch. 5-3. Against the lefty, that is a walk plus 10, and he's going to walk Mike Hargrove. Doesn't even let Hargrove be the rain delay in that case. He walked him. So Beniquez didn't even have to steal as Bear just puts him on base. And once again, the Rangers are in business. Here is Bert Campaneris. Infield, of course, is halfway. Anything on strat? An 8. Now, let's see. Beniquez, 7 plus 2 is 9. Divided by 2 to steal third is a 4.5. Nothing happening in order to steal third. Bear will pitch to Campaneris. Rangers now in business. Bear, 2-3. That is another walk plus 10. And against the Campaneris, he will walk in with a 17. And now the Rangers have a chance to blow this game wide open. Bases loaded for Claudel Washington. And still 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. They will roll a strat just to be sure. That is an 18. Nothing happening. Infield is going to be in. Oakland cannot allow any more runs. They will call the infield in. Bears pitch, 1-5 against the lefty. That is a walk plus 10, and he walks in a run. He walks Washington. As against the righty, that is a 3, becomes a 13. That's a 4, and Beniquez will trot on home as the merry-go-round turns. And now 5-1 Rangers. Doesn't get any easier than that. Do I have a template of schedules for I was using from Payoff Pitch? I use retros. I used baseball sim research to get the schedule that I needed. But the schedule sheet that you use that you see me use for the 10-minute ticker, that's my own creation. It's my own creation, and trust me, it takes a while to make it. It really does. I'm almost thinking I might not even use it and do it because it really takes a while to put all that information in there. I just wish I knew the ability to input a database and then just put teams in, and it would automatically populate the schedule. There's got to be a way. I'm pretty sure there's a way to do that. I just don't know how. Bases loaded now, 5-1 Rangers. Infield is now still in. The batter is Willie Horton. Now they're going to play the infield halfway because Willie Horton has a better double play rating. Although Doug Bear with a -2 GDP ain't much better. No, they'll play the infield end still. Here's Horton. He's 1 for 3. Anything on Strat? That is a 16. Nothing happening. But right now, Doug Bear is being completely ineffective. But they're going to leave him out there for at least Horton. Pitch from Bear. 4-2. That is a wild pitch, but a 16 is going to get blocked. So that's just going to be ball 1. As Bear does not throw a wild one there. He'll throw again. 6-2. Strikeout chance. 13 will get Horton this time. 13 will get Horton. 2 outs. Infield now goes back to normal. Now here is Toby Harrah with the bases loaded. Anything on a Strat? A 4. Nothing happening. Bear will pitch. That is a 6-2 strikeout chance, and a 6 will get Harrah, and the inning is over. 1 run for the Rangers on 1 hit, 3 walks. At the end of 6, the Rangers are now leading 5-1. And it does not look good for Oakland. As this Ranger team definitely has a good lineup. Their pitching is not bad. The pitching for the Rangers in 77 was not bad. But they had a killer lineup in 77. Top of the 7th coming up. Doc Ellis. He's still showing he can pitch with no problem. Leading off for Oakland will be Earl Williams. That's going to be it for Bear, too. He's done. He couldn't do it. He was very ineffective that inning. They'll see a new pitcher in the bottom of the 7th. Ellis will pitch to Williams. That is a 4-5. That's a range play at the ballpark. Arlington Stadium, 6-4. That is a blank. We got a rare play. First rare play in a while. Let's see what we get here. Rare play, 4-1. Shallow pop-up to left field that the shortstop chases, but doesn't hear the left fielder call, and they collide. Resolved like a pop-up 6 range play. Okay, so the first thing is a P6, and that is Campaneris. His range is a 5. He rolls a 2, and he will make the catch. That's out number 1. Now we check to see if there's an injury. And we check for an injury to the shortstop, and that is Campaneris. Campaneris' injury rating is a 1. Let's see what he gets. That's a 3, and he is going to be out for the game. So Campaneris is a little bit bruised up, and they're going to take him out. But he'll just be out for the rest of the game. He's a baseball player. He can go on. So we need a new shortstop for the Rangers. And that will be Sandy Alomar. Sandy Alomar will come off the bench and play short. Not as good as range, however. So that could hurt. That could hurt the Rangers if necessary. Sandy Alomar's range at short is a 2 and an error rating of 14. Williams is out. So there's 1 out, but that could hurt. Here is Manny Sanguian. Ellis with the pitch. 6-5. Strikeout chance. 12. Too high. Sanguian will bat. 5-6, and that's a fly out to center. 2 men down. Here is Wayne Gross. 6-5, Ellis against the lefty. That's a blank. Gross, 4-3, single past second base. Gross goes to first. That's only the third hit off of Doc Ellis in this game. And now Mike Jorgensen will bat with 2 outs here. Am I rolling Strat? No, I am no longer rolling Strat. Although I will roll for the pickoff attempt only now. Ellis the pitch, 5-5. Possible error. Jorgensen, 4-6. That's a ground ball to short. And Sandy Alomar is going to get his first chance. His error rating is a 14, but that's a 17. He's going to make the play. And he will throw to first to get Jorgensen out. And the inning is over. So Alomar comes in and makes a play without making an error. No runs. There was a hit for the A's, and the Rangers are still leading 5-1. Seventh inning stretch time. We'll see a new pitcher for Oakland. Dave May, the leadoff batter. We'll see who Oakland wants to bring in. Probably just bring in their best overall. They got a lefty, a right switch, and a righty. So in this case, I think they'll just bring in their best relief pitcher. And it will be Pablo Torrealba, 4-6, 2 saves, 2.62 ERA. He can pitch to 7 batters. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pablo Torrealba will come on to pitch, hoping to keep it a 5-1 game, as in the bottom of the 7th inning. Don't forget, tonight we have the St. Louis Cardinals taking on the Montreal Expos in Payoff Pitch, 85. And our next game for the 1977 one and gone, I think is the best game in the second round. The Cincinnati Reds will take on the Pittsburgh Pirates. And that is going to be a lot of fun game to play tomorrow. Cincinnati at Pittsburgh. That is tomorrow's one and gone for 77. The winner of that game goes to play the upstart California Angels, who knocked off the Phillies. Bottom of the 7th. Torrealba with the pitch. 4-3. Strikeout chance. 17 too high. May. 4-1. Line out to first. 1 man down. Here is Bump Wills. Torrealba, 5-1, strikeout chance. A 10 will get Wills. Wills goes down on strikes. He has a 10 against left-handed pitching, but the added 4 from Arlington Stadium made it a little bit easier than 2 men down for Jim Sundberg. Torrealba, 6-4. That is a double question mark. And against a righty, a 1-3 is a single. That's a 12. It is not. It's a blank. Sundberg, 4-5, but he still gets a base hit. He hits one into right. Single for Sundberg. That is his second hit of the game. And now Juan Beniquez. No strat roll, but I roll for pickoff. Nothing there. Torrealba, 1-3. That's a blank. Beniquez, 1-6. That's a fly ball to right field, and that will end the inning. Nothing for the Rangers. They do get a hit. At the end of 7, the Rangers are still up 5-1. That poor A's team. All the stars were gone. Yep. Top of the 8th inning. Doc Ellis still has a few batters left in the tank. Tony Armas will lead off for Oakland. Ellis, 3-3. That's at the ballpark. Armas, Arlington Stadium, 1-1. That is a single possible double. Armas's base running rating is a 2, and that's a hit to center. And that is Beniquez. He has no arm. So a 1-2, Armas is safe at second. 3-5 hold. 6, he's out. It's a 4, and Armis cannot get to second, and maybe that's the right decision. And they get a leadoff base hit for the A's, which they need. They need base runners. Infield goes to halfway. The batter is Rob Pichilo, and I think we'll see a pinch hitter for Pichilo at a batting 200 average. Although Pichilo is 1 for 2. Let's see. Pichilo is who? The shortstop. So what are we going to do here? Pichilo is going to come out, and taking over at shortstop is going to be Larry Lintz. He will come over, but he will not be batting. The batter will be Billy North. He will bat against Ellis. Larry Lintz will now play short. Same range, but not as good error rating, and not as good as actually a better arm. Billy North will bat against Ellis. He has a 261 average. The infield is halfway with nobody out here in the top of the 8th. No strat roll except for pickoff. And no pickoff. Ellis will pitch. 4-1 against the switch hitter. That's going to be a blank as Billy North is hitting from the left side. That would have been a possible home run, but that's a blank. North will swing. 1-4, and it's a single up the middle. It's a base hit for North. That's an S1. Armis, base running rating is a 2. He will not get to third. He will have to hold at second on that. Needs to be a 4 to get to third. North comes in, gets a pinch hit, base hit. And now the top of the order, Rodney Scott, as the A's are now in business. They got a long way to go. Doc Ellis, Rodney Scott, switch hitter. They will let Ellis pitch to Scott. Can the A's get some runs in is the question. Infield halfway. Rolling strat for pickoff. Nothing there. Because we are above the strat roll now. Doc Ellis will pitch to Scott. That is a 1-5. That's at the ballpark. Arlington Stadium, 1-1. Same thing, a single, possible double. A single possible double. On that kind of play, it's an automatic 2 bases for the runners. So Armis will come in to score. North automatically goes to third. Scott, his base running rating is a 4. We already know the center fielder. Beniquez has no arm. A 1-4. Scott will make it to second. It's a 6. He's thrown out. Scott is thrown out at second. What a dumb thing to do. Rodney Scott tries to go to second base to get in scoring position. He is thrown out by Juan Beniquez. 1 out, but it's now 5-2. With a runner on third, the batter now is Marty Perez. Perez comes up. He is 0 for 3. North on at third. With a 5-2 lead, the Rangers are going to keep the infield back and play for the out, as Billy North's run really doesn't mean much anything. Strat roll is still not used, but I will roll for pickoff since Ellis has a pickoff rating, and no. Ellis will pitch. That is a 2-6. That is a range play. The infield is normal. Perez, 3-5. That is a single possible into left field. The ball is hit to May. His range is a 4. Does he turn that single into an out? He does. He makes the play. Now that becomes now it's a fly out to left. Marty Perez's sacrifice fly rating is a 1. He does not get that. Billy North's base running rating is a 2. The left fielder is May. He has no arm. A 1-2, Billy North. A 1-2, Billy North will score. It is a 3. He does not. He holds at third, 2 outs. Great play by Dave May in left field, who holds on to it. And now 2 outs, and here's Mitchell Page. Ranger defense comes through on that one. Page hit a home run in the first. Now 2 outs, still rolling for pickoff, and there is not. Ellis will pitch. 1-1. Strikeout chance. 11. Got him. Inning is over, and Oakland knows they should have gotten more than that. They get 1 run on 3 hits. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 5-2 Rangers, but what another chance gone by Oakland. Should not have tried to take second base on the throw, try to turn it single and a double, and the runner could not, and he could not hit it deep enough for a sacrifice fly. Bottom of the 8th inning coming up, Pablo Torrealba. He can pitch to a few batters here. Larry Lentz is taken over at shortstop. And the leadoff batter for the Rangers here in the bottom of the 8th is Mike Hargrove, the human rain delay. Torrealba will pitch. 1-2. And against the lefty, that's an automatic single up the middle. Single right past Torrealba. Hargrove gets on first. That's his second hit of the game. Next batter for the Rangers is the new shortstop, Sandy Alomar. Infield is halfway. And I'm not rolling a strat, but I will roll for pickoff. That is an 11. Torrealba, 1-4. That's a blank. Alomar, 4-3. Single past third base. That's a base hit. Hargrove's base running rating is a 2. He will not make it to third. He has to hold at second. Needs to be a 5 in order to get there. Alomar, pinch hit, a nice base hit for him. Runners at first and second for Claudel Washington. Infield still halfway. No pickoff. Torrealba, 2-5. That's a strikeout chance, and 11 will get Washington. Strikes out Washington. That is out number 1. Here is Willie Horton. Torrealba is now tired. They will take him out. They're going to go to the pen. Let's see who the Athletics can bring out to pitch. The Athletics are going to bring out Bob Lacey. He's a lefty, but he's the best pitcher they got left in the bullpen after Torrealba. 6-8, 7 saves, 3.03 ERA for Bob Lacey. He will go up against Horton. Here's a who. Bottom of the 8th, 5-2 with 1 out. Infield still halfway. There is a pickoff opportunity. That's a 10. Nothing happening. So Lacey will pitch. 5-1, double star line. He gets a double star. Let's see what it is. And that's going to be a fly ball to right field. Horton flies out to right. Mike Hargrove's base running rating is a 2. A 1-2 will go to third. That is a 4. He holds at second. There are 2 outs. Now the infield goes back to normal. For Toby Harrah. Strat roll says no pickoff. Lacey will pitch. 4-5. Strikeout plus 10. And that makes Harrah a 17. Plus, that's an automatic strikeout plus because it goes to 17 against the lefty. Plus 4 is a 21. Wouldn't have mattered what was on the die. And he does strike out Toby Harrah. Rangers get no runs. There were a couple of hits. It is still 5-2 Texas. Can Oakland get some 9th inning magic in the top of the 9th inning? New pitcher coming out for Texas. They will go to the closer. Earl Williams leads off for Oakland. And coming on to pitch for the Rangers will be Adrian Devine. 11-6, 15 saves in 1977. They have a number of pitchers that had a number of saves here. But Adrian Devine will be out there to try to close the game out. Earl Williams will bat. Top of the ninth inning, 5-2. Can Oakland have anything left in it to do it? Devine's pitch. 6-2, wild pitch disregarded, ball one. Devine, 6-3, strikeout chance. Williams, that is an 11, and he will get him. That +4 by Arlington Stadium helps him out, as Williams now becomes a 14 to strike out, and Williams goes down, 1 out. Here is Manny Sanguian. Devine, 4-2, error grounder. Sanguinian, 2-6 at the ground ball to short. The ball is hit to Alomar. His error rating is a 14. That is a 7. This time Alomar does make an error. That's a regular grounder, so Sanguian will get to first on an error. That is an E6. That is the first error on the Rangers, as Alomar does make an error on that play. He boots the ball. And now here is Wayne Gross with 1 out. The infield is halfway, looking for the double play. Wayne Gross bats .233. I'm going to check the bench to see if there's anything I can do for the Athletics here. And as you guys in the chat have said, they got rid of all of their top players. And I'm going to let Wayne Gross bat because really there's nobody on the bench that'll make a difference. Gross will bat against Adrian Devine. We're in 1 out here, top of the 9th. Anything on pickoff play? No, not rolling strat, but rolling for pickoff since Adrian Devine does have a pickoff chance. Devine will pitch. 6-3, strikeout chance. 5 gets him. And down goes Gross. Second strikeout. Now the infield goes back to normal, and the last chance for the A's will be Jorgensen. Anything on a pickoff? 16, no. Last chance for the Athletics. The swinging A's. Devine, 3-2. That is a blank. Jorgensen, 5-4. Fly ball to left field. And under that is Dave May. He pats once, pats twice, puts out his glove, blop. And the ball falls into it, and that is done. The Athletics are gone. No runs, no hits. There was an error. And the Texas Rangers move on. They will play the Kansas City Royals in the 3rd round. Give you guys a final line score here in a moment. For the Rangers, 5 runs, 12 hits, 1 error. For Oakland, 2 runs, 6 hits, and an error. Doc Ellis does get the win. Langford does take the loss. Adrian Devine will get a save since they had the tying run on deck. So Devine does pick up a save. And that will do it there from Arlington Stadium. Tomorrow we got I think we got the best game of the board of the 2nd round coming up tomorrow. It is the Pirates. It is the Cincinnati Reds going up against the Pittsburgh Pirates. And that should be a real exciting matchup. Both those teams were very good that year. Cincinnati was 88-74. The Pirates were 96-66. So Cincinnati at Pittsburgh at Three Rivers. That should be a lot of fun to play tomorrow. Anyway, Steeler fan 1933, Keith White, SDG replay, Philip Reynolds, Keith White, Tim Pepper, Forever Maine. Thank you all for joining me at Arlington Stadium. We got more stuff coming up tonight. We got the Cardinals taking on the Expos in Payoff Pitch 85. And I'm going to see if I can get some golf in today. Was Stargell injured some that year, though? I believe he was. I believe he was. And I don't believe he was in the starting lineup, but I'll check. The lineups will pretty much be as they were. So, thank you all for joining me, guys, and I'll see you guys a little later. Stay safe, healthy, smart, and strong. And take care. The Rangers over the A's, 5-2. See you guys.